What is going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives, giofvcks here. And we about to go in. We about to go there. You know, we about to go there. So let's talk about it. We talking Tory lame ass again. See, this is why I always say all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Okay? Because oftentimes there's people, and in both situations, we finna go there. I'm about to do a little social justice, social science sermon real quick, because there's a lot that needs to be discussed here. Okay? And we about to go there. It's nice out. You know, and hey, I have the energy, so we finna go there. So let's go there. First of all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And what I mean by that is, just because they're black doesn't mean they got your back. Let's just be real. And I wasn't even trying to rhyme. It is what it is. Just because they black don't mean they got your back, okay? Just because they look like you, they might even be from the same family as you. They might be from the same community, have the same lifestyles, grew up in the same places, okay? Doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that's your family, that's your brother, that's your sister, that's your homie. They ain't necessarily with you. And that's why a long time ago, I remember everybody be like, well, if we can just get a black person in, no, we got to get the right black person in. And I've been saying that to keep it real for the last 4 to 5 years. And it took me a while to get there. But around 2011, 2012 is when I really started realizing, like, okay. But finally, it sunk in for real, 2015, 2016. And it just keeps getting sunk in. Because I'm about to go there. 2 examples of what I'm talking about. And ironically enough, these are both who? Cisgendered, heterosexual black men. First person we're going to talk about is Tory Lanez. But the second person we're going to talk about is that Attorney General in Kentucky. And in both cases, they are black, cisgendered, heterosexual black men. And in both situations, they are who? 2 black, cisgendered, heterosexual, or black cisgendered women that are the victims. And this is why I'm going to keep saying again, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And you gotta use your own you really have to use your discernment, because in both situations you got these black men who, again, everybody always want to talk about Black Lives Matter. Okay, but again, do Black Lives matter, or are we only talking about black men mattering? And in particular, black cisgendered heterosexual men matter. Because when we really start breaking it down, when it comes to black women and black feminine folks, y'all don't give a damn about them. You don't. Okay? You sit up here, you shoot and kill each other, you beat and abuse the women, you beat and abuse the children, you neglect the children, you abandon the children. I mean, let's be real. You know, I talk about the dysfunctional black household and community and family all the time because I am that. I came from that. And I'm healing from shit right now, currently. So I'm going to go there. Yeah, the black woman needs to take accountability, but so does the black man, because once again, why is your black cishet ass constantly sleeping around with everybody and impregnating everybody? How come you don't ever use a condom? So again, you abuse everybody in the community. You abuse each other at alarming rates. I mean, damn, you're always killing each other. Okay? and then, like I said, shooting Meg the Stallion in the feet. You know, your 5'2" bitch ass is sitting up here shooting this woman in her feet because I got too drunk. And there's always some pissy ass excuse. And it never makes any logical sense. Oh, my thing is this, I drink. I don't drink as much as I used to, thank the Lord. But I do drink. And I've been drunk, and I've been black-face drunk. Like, passed out in the backseat of my car drunk. Waking up to find out that I spent $150 in one night at Bar Louie drunk. Because I bought everybody shots drunk. Okay? And I never was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to shoot this bitch in her feet. Or I'm about to shoot this nigga in his foot. No. But yo toxic asses. Oh yes, you toxic black cis het niggas. You. And it's also black cis men in general, but in particularly the black cis het. Like, you the main one, bruh. Okay. So always we gotta protect the black family. We gotta protect the black woman. Niggas always. And y'all about to hate me for this too. But what did Lizzo say? Why men great till they gotta be great? Because it's the truth. It's always, we gotta protect the black woman. The black woman is God. All of this bullshit that these hotep niggas in particular love to talk about. But anyway, a lot of you niggas love to say this shit, but then when it's time to actually stand 10 toes down, my nigga, you're not going to do it. Now all of a sudden, we gotta hear both sides. You feel me? She's 6 feet. You feel me? You don't know. But wasn't you just talking about the black woman's God, the black woman's a queen, we gotta stand by her, you know, say her name and all this other shit. But then when it's really time to stand 10 toes down, you're not ready for it. Because you full of shit. And that's a bunch of damn hotep rhetoric that y'all like to talk about, but you're not really about it. And you also are misogynistic. You're misogynistic. You're sexist. And it's all written all over your face. I mean, these niggas hate women. That's really what it is. They hate women and they hate feminine folks. What do you not get? That's why everything that's seen as being feminine is seen as being weak, less than, and, you know, we ain't with that gay shit. And that's another thing. Homophobic as hell. Why do you hate another man or another woman or another person because they sleeping with somebody? Why don't you just worry about who you sleep with? Again, this is the cis het in the black community. The cis het black man. Okay? And you just sit back and you be like, why do you always have all of this anger, hate, and animosity towards people in your own community and people that you have deemed to be less than or weaker than you? But like I said so many times before, when the police roll up, nigga, what was you doing? Was you gonna shoot them in their feet, nigga? No. You shot her in her feet, and she, being the strong black woman that she is, and unfortunately, so many black women and black feminine people take on this, I gotta be strong. And it's like, you're so strong that you're putting your own health and life at risk, because she could have told the police then that this 5'2" midget bitch ass nigga shot me, and he could have been gone to jail then. Potentially arrested then, potentially killed, because you know how the police are with us. But God, she decided to hold that shit in because she was protecting him, because she knows the climate that we living in. She knows what we going through and what we've been going through with police brutality and racism. She protecting your bitch ass. Again, then you like going back to that stupid ass, coon ass attorney in Kentucky. Attorney General. And then also the police sitting up here playing all of these lies and games, sitting up here talking about that Breonna Taylor was running a trap house, lying and saying that the boyfriend was a drug dealer, all kinds of bullshit, trying to make him take a plea deal, and just all kinds of shit that's going on. And ain't it something? Then when you have good black men, you have good black cishet men, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, he shoots back because, bitch, you shot in my house and you just killed my girlfriend. He shoots back to protect, and he's going through hell. He's catching hell. But then these bad niggas, these narcissistic, toxic, dysfunctional motherfuckers, I'm going there today. The Tory lame asses, and the sad part about it is there's so many of the Tory lame asses and that attorney general down there in Kentucky. It's so many of them. It's so many of them in the community. I mean, damn. I would say 1 in 3. 1 in 3 black cishet men are toxic and dysfunctional and abusive. And narcissistic. I mean, these are emotionally unavailable, damaged, traumatized. But I'm gonna also keep it real. I would also argue then, hey, fuck it. That would mean that most of us are in the same predicament as the cishet black man. And it's so many reasons why. We know it's the racism. We know it's the classism, the lack of resources, the lack of mental health services and health insurance and food and structure. Our basic needs have never really been met. We're constantly living through generation and generation and generation of trauma passed down over and over and over again. Now, granted, I'm saying this to provide a background kind of structure of how we get to these horrible ass people who do these horrible ass things. But I'm not saying this to justify shit. I can understand why this is happening, but bitch, you still about to be held accountable. Because I'm sick of this, because that's another problem. We don't never hold black cishet men accountable for shit. And we don't hold masculine people accountable for shit. Because just because I'm a trans man talking this doesn't mean that I'm any better. I need to be held accountable too. Because this is what happens with toxic masculinity. This is what happens when you have patriarchy. This is what happens when you have misogyny and sexism. Then you add in the homophobia, the transphobia, the racism. All this shit is complex. All under white supremacy to keep everybody divided and conquered. You know, but like I said, where is the protection for the black woman? And I'm gonna paraphrase and Malcolm X's quote again. In the early 60s, he said this, that the black woman was the most disrespected, person in America. But I would argue the world. I believe that snake is dead. Yeah, because it's there again. It's been there again. I think that one is dead. Yeah, I be walking through here and I see so much stuff, like so much wildlife. And I just be like, wow. Anyways, the most disrespected person in the world, you feel me? I would argue that, but he said in America. This is in the early 60s. I think it was 63 when he gave this, when he was doing this speaking engagement, and he said this, and now it's like this famous quote that, which again, I don't understand why everybody knows the famous quote, or some of us know it, and then so many of the hotep motherfuckers, so-called woke motherfuckers, they'll quote it, they'll say it often, but then turn around, their actions don't match their words, and that's narcissism in a nutshell. That's manipulation. That's gaslighting. You're full of shit. You want to sit up here and talk about it, but you don't want to walk about it. And that's, I guess, that old cliche saying, if you can talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. And that's the truth. Like, don't be a damn hypocrite. Don't be contradicting yourself. Your actions need to back your words, and your words need to back your actions. Okay? There's a lot of cognitive dissonance because we have all these motherfuckers constantly talking about how the black woman is God. And we got to protect the black woman in the black family. The black family is important. Y'all want to sit up here and be so anti-abortion, right? So anti-women and people with vaginas having autonomy and choice over their own bodies. But in the same breath, if you're so pro-black family, how come you not getting on these cishet niggas that leave their kids, abandon their kids? Niggas be sitting up here knowing that they're ejaculating, coming into people with vaginas and women, and still sitting up, oh, that ain't mine, that ain't mine. I don't know what you're talking about. They abort their kids every day, and y'all just, well, you know, it's different because, no, that's bullshit. And again, you so pro-black women, but then when it's time to support black women, defend black women, uplift black women, hold black women accountable, y'all not trying to do that, but y'all will hold them accountable. Y'all motherfuckers, you ain't shit, and you shouldn't have did this, and if you wasn't wearing this, and well, why was she with him at night, and da-da-da-da-da. But in the meantime, he didn't do that to Kylie Jenner. Right. In the meantime, who is that attorney general married to? Right. And I'm gonna say this, I have nothing against interracial relationships, marriages, situationships, whatever the hell y'all got going on. Because I've had my hookups. I'm gonna be real. I've been a part of the swirl. I have. But at the same time, I have nothing's wrong with you dating who you want to do, love who you want to love. But at the same time, notice the oddness, right? Because it's like, some of you cishet niggas, y'all go and get with somebody outside of your social construction of a race, and all of a sudden you disrespect, you downtrot, you belittle the women of your own race. And it's just like, what is that really about? And some of you black women do the same thing. Or black feminine folks do the same thing. And I've noticed that. And I'm just like, now I'm not going to downplay y'all, but to me, that's why, right? But anyways, that's a whole nother video. I might do one. Stay tuned. But once again, we had this shit going on, and it's just like, I thought we was protecting the black woman. I thought the black woman was God. You know, and I guess once again we full of shit, because that's not true. You feel me? That's not true. You don't care about black women. And also, let's really get there. The reason why we had to create Say Her Name as a separate hashtag is because oftentimes in the Black Lives Matter movement, even though the Black Lives Matter movement was started by 4 black queer women and queer women and feminine people and LGBTQ plus black people are often left out of the discussion of the Black Lives Matter movement. So they created Say Her Name, especially after Sandra Bland in 2015, 5 years ago, was killed, murdered after she was pulled over for a taillight, not using her blinker, and was, miraculously found dead in the jail cell. So Say Her Name was coined. Because again, oftentimes when we talk about Black Lives Mattering, the subject of discussion is really on black cisgendered heterosexual men and boys. It's not on anyone else. And you got to get real specific with it, because even when black trans men are killed or victimized or abused or harmed, nobody gives a fuck. Or when black masculine folks or black women, black trans women are being murdered by cisgendered black men, and no one gives a fuck. Hell, black men are being killed by other black men. You feel me? So, and it seems like we care. Like, we talk, those of us that are affected by it and have empathy and see that this is a problem, care. But overwhelmingly, No. There's so many incidents in my own community where women that I know have been beaten, killed, shot, stabbed by their abusive ass, black, cisgendered boyfriends. You know, abusive exes. You know, just so many. It's just bad. And we don't, you know, and like I said, black trans women are being murdered out here. Being murdered. Serial killer. Like, just being murdered. Butchered, slaughtered, burnt alive. Just shot in heads. Just beaten down. Like, they're being killed out here. And nobody seems to give a fuck. And it's like, again, this is why all these separate hashtags, even within the Black Lives Matter movement, have to be created. Because clearly, that's not the message. And then my thing is, and I'm going to keep saying this, if black lives, if you want and I'm going to say it, and I don't give a fuck, you can disagree with me, I don't care. Shit, I'm saying this on this. If black lives matter, then motherfucker, they gotta matter to us too. Okay, because it's very odd for you to be sitting up here screaming Black Lives Matter, but in the meantime, we treat each other and ourselves like shit. But then again, that's the same thing with white folks. You know, how do you say all lives matter and then turn around and treat everyone like shit? You know, so that is a real situation that has to be addressed. Come on. But it's just, these are things that have to be addressed. And for Tory lame ass to make a whole damn album, mixtape, to be a diss track after diss track after diss track, and then also to mix in songs where you're mad at her and you hate her and you're upset, but at the same time, I love you and you my baby and all. It's like, and this is what narcissistic people do. They're abusers. You feel me? They, you know, and this is also one of the reasons why it takes up to 7 times for many people, particularly women and feminine folks, to leave abusive situations, because one minute you love me, next minute you're beating my face in. But then you're talking about how you will never do that again, and we're going on this special trip, aka love bombing. This is why I'm always talking about narcissistic abuse. And ironically enough, October is right around the corner, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as well as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as well as October 15th being the day the Black Panther Party was founded, and also being my birthday. What are the odds of that shit? But no, really, those are facts. I can put that in the description box for you, or you can look it up for yourself. But I just, it's so much, man. It's like, we don't mean what we say at all. Like, you know, you want to sit up here, Black Lives Matter, but you shooting women in the feed, and we disrespecting ourselves and each other and killing each other, and we don't live up to nothing. You don't live up to the hype, B. And it's the truth. You don't live up to the hype, B. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting up shooting women in the feet. She didn't deserve that. And you are a punk ass bitch. And like I said, shoot me in my feet. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me in my feet. Please. Please do. I want you to. I want you to. Shoot me. Shoot me in the feet. Shoot me. Do it. Right? Because again, and I'm going to say this again. Everybody, I really recommend this. Get your CCW or CPL, whatever license that is needed for you in your jurisdiction, your city, your state, your location. Okay? Take the classes. Practice. Go to the range. Learn how to shoot. Learn how to aim. Learn how to clean your weapon. Practice drills. For real, for real. Because the shit is real in the field. Especially to my women and feminine folks, to my LGBTQ+, really to everybody, but to my women and feminine folks and my LGBTQ+, we have to protect ourselves out here. Because if you haven't noticed, you target number one, baby. If you really think about it. And that's what's so fucked up. It's like you got, everybody want to talk about this, that, and the other. But when you got shit that's compound on you, it's like, really, come on, man. Come on. And he know he wrong for that. And then to that, again, to your attorney general down there in Kentucky, again, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's really that's the status. That's the post. That's the video. That right there is the message. And I know I'm gonna lose subscribers. That's great. I'm not here for subscribers. I'm here to really share different perspectives, speak and work with like-minded individuals, learn, have healthy debates, watch videos, listen to music, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really, if you subscribe, I appreciate it, but if you don't, I appreciate that too. If you unsubscribe, I appreciate that too. Because this is life. And again, and Megan, is she gonna press charges? I'm really dead ass, and knowing her, she probably ain't. I don't know. You tell me, I'm gonna look it up. But that's some bitch shit. I don't care. That is some big bitch shit. And even that, I need to stop saying bitch shit. I don't know. I need to check my own shit. You feel me? But that was fucked up, Tory. You're a fucking bitch. You're a lame ass. And that's it. Like, I used to vibe with your fucking music, but bro, I can't. That's ridiculous. And the message stands clear. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. And when I say Black Lives Matter, I mean every single black life, regardless of your sexuality, your gender, your class, your education, your religion or spiritual beliefs or non-spiritual religious beliefs, regardless of which your occupation is. Regardless of your weight or your capabilities or abilities. I mean, every single black person in this country, in this world, on this planet, in this universe that ever exists matters. And, I just don't understand why we don't get it. And that's just it. We don't get it, so how the hell do we expect the others to get it? And that's something I also think about. But anyways, that's the end of this video. It's almost 30 minutes. I'm out.